Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Women Winning Wednesdays. I am your host, attorney Elsa W. Smith. I'm also the owner of the law offices of Elsa W. Smith, where our mission is to empower women through estate planning. We are a boutique estate planning firm based in Maryland, but also serving the District of Columbia. It's a pleasure to be with you again this week. This week, we're going to conclude our two-part series, and we've been reviewing our estate planning checklist. So this is the part 2 video. At the end of part 1, we concluded with the need to plan for funeral expenses and making final arrangements. And we're going to cover 10 points in this segment in case you're taking notes. And we'll also be sure to post a link to part 1's video in the comments of this video. So let's get right into it. Again, a pleasure to be with you today. And our topic, again, we're covering the estate planning checklist, and this is part 2. Number 1 of the 10 items we're going to cover today is having an exit strategy. If you're a business owner, you know, one of the most difficult decisions a business owner is going to make in his or her lifetime is deciding whether to keep or to sell their business. And planning to exit your business is a lot like, you know, taking the time to hire an attorney to prepare your will, your power of attorney, your advance directive, you know, for yourself. And it's also to protect your family. Business exit planning, also known as business succession planning, it's the process where the business owner typically engages the services of an attorney, an accountant, and possibly a financial advisor to provide some input to create a strategy for the owner to exit her business in, say, 3, 5, or even 10 years down the line. Now, it's been said that a successful business exit plan achieves 3 important goals. The first is financial security. That is, you know, the business sale or transfer provides the needed income or the income needed by the owner and the owner's family after the owner decides to exit. Number 2, it also helps you identify the right person. So the owner chooses his or her successor, be that, you know, their children, a key employee, co-owners, or even a third party. And then 3, it works also to minimize taxes. The owner minimizes the amount of cash the government gets to take if the right planning is in place. Now, your exit plan should be integrated with your personal financial plans so you can choose the right time to leave your business. You'll want to consider the needs that you have to be financially independent. You also have to determine what's going to happen with your company. You also need an estate plan to provide you with that financial security for your family. As I said, minimizing taxes, and you want to work with a tax professional on that front, and to ensure that your assets are distributed as you wish. Okay, so that's the importance of having an exit strategy. Next point, organize important documents. You know, one of the greatest gifts you can provide to your loved ones is careful planning and organization of your estate planning documents in preparation for when you are no longer here, or if you become seriously ill. How many times, you know, have you seen, you know, a family member searching through boxes of boxes of files and under cushions and God knows where else, trying to find important documents? I've heard it a number of times. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to find the will. I know it's here somewhere. And they're digging, digging, digging. And you could easily spend like a day if the person was not particularly organized. Why put your loved ones or friends in that position? Have important documents organized and easily locatable, right? You want to also make a list of your financial accounts and records, any property records that you have, insurance records. What did I just talk about? Life insurance. And then you want to catalog your digital asset inventory. What am I talking about? I don't have any digital assets. Haha. Are you on Facebook? Like you're watching me right now, or maybe on LinkedIn or on YouTube? Do you have assets that you are storing in the cloud? Make a list of where those things are, because remember, when you die, your personal representative is going to have to go in and either close accounts or somehow download whatever assets, pictures, music, writings, whatever you have that are stored in the cloud. So why not make the process a bit easier by cataloging all that you have in the cloud? And then share that list. Keep one list, keep a copy of the list in a safe place, but also share that list with the person that you intend to manage your affairs when you are no longer here. Number 3, and when your assets are, disposed of at your passing, mm, okay, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that technical issues, but we're going to keep rolling. We're talking about verifying property titles. Now, while um, we're talking about assets that fall within your probated estate are under the direction of your will. And that includes property that's in your name only, real estate, vehicles, jewelry, and other personal property. Assets with named beneficiaries, hello, like life insurance, retirement accounts, bank accounts, brokerage accounts. Those will be the distribution are going to be dictated by the beneficiary designations for each particular document. Doesn't matter what you write in the will, as with respect to those documents, the beneficiary designations control. They're going to trump whatever you state in the will. Moving right along. Number 4, tell your loved ones of the locations of the documents. Once you've taken inventory of all, or at least most of the documents, most important documents in your estate, it's important to make sure that your closest loved ones can access those documents. These can be sorted into relevant sections like insurance policies. What was I talking about just a second ago? Property documentation and financial accounts, and kept in a secure place, but accessible by a few trusted individuals. Now, some people consider a fireproof safe at home to be the answer for them. Certain documents can require or may require, more immediate access in the event of an emergency, right? So during a medical crisis, a doctor may ask to see a copy of an advance directive before they can administer certain types of care. Now, to make sure that your wishes are honored, make sure, one, that your healthcare provider has a copy of your advance directive in that hypothetical, as well as The person you wish to serve as your agent, make sure that they have a copy as well so that there's no delay in you getting the care that you need. Number 5, verify that your trust is fully funded. For those of you that have trust, funding your trust is the process of transferring ownership of your assets from you to your trust. So to do this, you physically have to change the title from your individual name to the name of your trust. So upon your death, only assets titled in your name alone will have to pass through, the court, like probate process. So if you create a trust and if you take the steps to title all of your assets in the name of the trust, there should be no need for a court probate because no assets would remain in your name. Number 6, verify whether there are updates in the law that affect you. Case in point, consult with a estate planning attorney in your jurisdiction. But case in point, the gift tax exclusion amount in 2022 in this year increased to $16,000 per individual or $32,000 per married couple. So in other words, you can give up to 16,000 to as many people as you wish without those gifts counting against your lifetime exemption. And for more information on that, like I said, consult with a licensed estate planning attorney in your jurisdiction. Number 7, list any money owed to you. Your estate includes all the things that you own and all the things that you owe. And one of the things that you may own is the right to receive payment from another person because you loaned them money, or because, let's say, you sold them something and they agreed to pay you back over time. Now, if you die during the repayment period, or at some point when they owe you a debt, that item, becomes an asset of your estate. And it's something that your estate is entitled to collect even after you pass away. So you should create a list of debts owed to you to make it easier on your personal representative to collect that debt on your behalf, on the behalf of your estate. Okay, veterans, and this one is particularly relevant in this area in the DMV because we have so many veterans who live here. If you are a veteran, a parent, dependent, or a spouse of a living or a deceased veteran, you may be entitled to benefits through Veterans Affairs. The record of separation is known as a DD Form 214. And that's a record that shows when and where a service member enlisted and when they were released from active duty. Now, some governmental agencies like the Social Security Administration, employment agencies, and even the Department of Veterans Affairs may require that form to verify military service for benefits and employment. And that form is fairly easy to access, and you can even do so online. Number 9, we're talking about debts. Now list the debts that you owe, right? Now the tables are turned. Make a separate list for open credit cards or other obligations that you may have. And that list can include auto loans, mortgages, home equity lines of credit or HELOCs, and any other debts that you might owe. And add account numbers and contact information of the companies holding the debt, right? Again, something else that's going to make it easier for your personal representative to wrap up your affairs. And then the last one, we're moving quite gingerly here. Gifts to family, friends, or charities. Now, I want to just take my time here for a second because this is one that some people don't give enough thought to. Each year, like I said, we talked about the gift tax exclusion of 16,000 per person. Now, if you give over that amount, you need to file a gift tax return and then use a portion of your gift and estate tax exemption amount, which in 2022 is just over 12 million. If you 12 million period, let me just stop there. If you want to give to someone during your lifetime, giving cash is an easy and advantageous way to do it. So make a list of people that you want to bless with a financial gift. Also, consider giving to a charity or a community initiative, or an organization that has impacted your life. I have the pleasure of serving a number of individuals who are members of sororities and fraternities. And within those organizations, there are efforts to raise money for scholarships or other community initiatives. Consider being a blessing to those organizations and including that as part of your estate plan. One of our prior guests was Aquanetta Betts. She's the Senior Executive Director of Planned Giving at World Vision. And she spoke to us about charitable giving. You want to go back and listen to that episode. Go to my YouTube page and look for the interview I did with Aquanetta Betts, and we'll make sure and post a link to that one in the comments too. So she talked to us about the importance of charitable giving. Now, you can only do so much with your will. A will specifies what you want to be done with your assets after your death. In addition to identifying who gets what, you can also use a will to designate a charitable bequest and set up trust funds for specific charities. And naming a charity in your will, or say a living trust, if you choose to go that route, it's a fairly simple way to donate through a charity as part of your comprehensive estate plan. So that wraps up. We've run through the entire estate planning checklist. I invite you to go on our website at elsawsmithlaw.com, go to the resources tab, and download the estate planning checklist. It's free of charge, and it's available for you. And as you can see, there are a number of things to consider as you are getting your estate plan together. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just break up tasks over time and just follow that checklist. And you may think of things that are not even on the checklist, I should say. Hopefully it will spur other things that you need to get in order. And if it does so, wonderful. If you're in Maryland or the District of Columbia, give us a call. Let us help you through this process. Let us help you create a strategy that's going to bring order out of chaos and move you from overwhelmed to empowered. Like I said, we've got plenty of free resources on the website. I want to thank you again for joining us on this episode of Women Winning Wednesdays. This is the conclusion of our two-part series reviewing the 21-point estate planning checklist. I am Elsa W. Smith, your Maryland estate planning attorney. Thanking you so much for joining us again on this episode of Women Winning Wednesdays. Be well, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.